So I was the side chick once, and I knew I was his side chick. He was my side dude, and there was no responsibilities attached, and I had a good time.
Relationships aren't easy, but if you happen to have people like Jeannie Mai in your life, then you're doomed clearly. Not hard to see why rapper Jeezy filed for divorce from her barely 2 years after exchanging vows.
Because you got no responsibilities, you don't have to be that emotional one. You're not the one being lied to.
In fact, it's safe to say that most people are taking Jeezy's side in his recently announced divorce from Mai. Here, co-host Tamera Mowry included.
You were the side chick. Did you ever feel for his girlfriend? Girl, I was pre-Jesus Jeannie. I didn't care about no other hooches.
Absolutely not.
But wait, why are we a hooch though?
This has only been furthered by the unearthing of a particularly salacious clip of Mai from the Real Love Black Guys. But for me, dark meat on the side white meat keeps me lean and mean, Mai says in the fairly shocking clip. However, the host then immediately tried to walk it back after being rightfully called out for essentially saying she wants her main man to be white.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Many people online called out Mai for fetishizing black men, especially as she refers to them as dark. Furthermore, thousands of people took issue with how casually and blatantly Mai said what she said. Not only does she refer to men as meat, she also casually admits to enjoying having a black man as a side piece to state her attraction to black men, while she is outraged that her co-host interpreted her comments that way. How else should they be interpreted aside from Tamera and other co-hosts blasting? My Live Neens were quick to respond with one tweeting Jeannie Mai fetishized black men. Jeezy saw the truth. Eventually, the Senegal rapper filed for divorce from Jeannie on September 14, 2023 in Georgia's Funk County Superior Court, according to court documents obtained. By Life and Style, he claimed their marriage was irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation. Jeezy asked for joint legal custody of their daughter, with final decision-making to be established in accordance with the best interests of the child as determined by the court. The filing came 8 days after Maui gushed about Jeezy and his new memoir becoming a New York Times bestseller in an Instagram post where she called him her husband and wrote, "I'm endlessly grateful for your voice in this world. Honored to walk beside you, my love." The pair married in March 2021. After 2 years of dating and welcomed daughter Monaco in January 2022, back to her show. It turns out Mai is not so loved by other panelists of the famed Warner Bros. The Real. Back in 2018, an insider at the daytime talk show revealed how tensions flared among Tamera Mowry, Adrienne Bailon, Jeannie Mai, and Loni Love over the sister star's high-paying salary. Tamera was reported to be raking in the most cash on the show, with Loni being the second best paid, while Adrienne and Mowry only being paid a third of the other women's salaries. Life on set had been going smoothly after producers gave controversial host Tamar Braxton the boot in 2016, but working relations on ships started to deteriorate in April 2018. Following the show's Emmy win, an insider said once they won the Emmy, Jeannie and Adrienne started complaining about how they knew they weren't being compensated the same as their fellow co-hosts Loni and Tamara. They were even talking about staging a walkout. Initially, they wanted both Tamara and Loni to support them in their quest to get better deals on the show, but when both ladies declined, that definitely meant that lines were drawn. Maya and Adrienne have even started referring to their co-hosts as the have and the have-nots, a play off the name of the Tyler Perry TV drama on the OWN network. The source claimed that's the term they'd use to address the pay discrepancy between them. The backstage tension over salaries is reportedly why Tamera and Mowry had an uncharacteristically heated blow-up on camera in September 2018 during a discussion over the of Sesame Street characters Bert and Ernie.
But as a parent, I'm focused more on what are you teaching my child? Yes. Are you teaching my child to love one another? Are you teaching my children how to be friendly and create amazing friendships?
That argument had nothing to do with whether two puppets were in a same relationship and had everything to do with the drama going on behind the scenes. The source explained Tamara suffered a personal loss when her 18-year-old niece by marriage, Elena Howley, was gunned down in the borderline bar grill shooting in Thousand Oaks, California in November of the same year she took 2 weeks off for bereavement. Leave Ma and Adrienne were quick to notice that ratings for the show improved by 133% that week. The sister star was gone on, and the show saw its highest growth in more than a year. The source said of the four hosts, Tamera has the highest salary, and while she was gone from the show, the ratings jumped. Both girls kept saying how she making the most money and the show is doing better. Without her being here, that gave them the leverage they needed to justify their ask for more money. The three co-hosts were also upset that during Tamera's absence, her husband Adam Howley gave an exclusive interview to CBS News about his niece's death instead of appearing on his wife's show. So while they had to read a text message that Tamera sent them on air, her husband is off talking to news cameras about what went down. He couldn't find the time to come talk to the show that employs his wife, especially since he's out of work and she's the only one working these days. It was a smack in the face of the real, and just added to the tension among the ladies. The source disclosed the tension between the ladies magnified even further after Mowry refused to invite her co-host to her wedding with Jeezy after being slammed for being insensitive. Ma addressed the situation in a YouTube video, explaining that keeping everyone safe during the COVID-19 pandemic was their priority, and that she and the rapper both had to make cuts to their ideal guest list.
So we had a very COVID safe wedding in our home, which means there was, literally just there were 2 tables in our living room of our closest family and friends.
So we had a very COVID safe wedding in our home, which means, literally just a couple. There were 2 tables in our living room of our closest family and friends, people I grew up with, people that had to know me in Jeezy. May said those were the 2 rules. Jay made my list, and I made his list, she continued, and we were very firm on because of you're not supposed to be throwing events right now. You're not supposed to be putting anybody at risk. So with our family, we said we are only going to invite our close family and people who know us both. Although Ma didn't invite her co-hosts Adrienne Garcelle and Lonnie Love, she shared that she did get in contact with them beforehand. So no, I didn't invite the ladies, she said, but I did call them all ahead of time to let them know that we were doing this. They were actually the first to know that we were having a secret ceremony, and they kept their secret, but fans still wondered who her friends were, considering these were her colleagues' people he works with every day. That was Jeezy's first marriage and 4th child. While it was my 2nd marriage and 1st child, well known in the hip-hop world, Jeezy is a rapper who has been in the industry since 1998, though his sketchy background is marked by an unstable childhood drug and crime. He has evolved into a respectable rapper, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. He was raised in Georgia. May was 1/4th of the Real daytime talk show. She began her career as a celebrity makeup artist and stylist and evolved to television as an entertainment reporter and producer. By 2005, she is of Vietnamese and Chinese descent and was raised in California. Jeezy and May met on The Real when Jeezy appeared as a guest on the show in 2015 and 2016. At the time, she was married, and Jeezy was in a relationship.
I just will definitely not vote for Donald Trump. I personally think the guy's a lunatic. That's me.
The two began dating in November 2018 and were an official public couple in August 2019. In March 2020, Jeezy proposed to May. Due to the pandemic, his original plans to fly her to Vietnam for the proposal were put on hold, so he brought Vietnam to their home for the proposal. In December 2020, Jeezy reportedly pushed the wedding back to 2025. That same month, Ma told ET that planning a wedding was not at the top of their lists. However, the two wed 3 months later. In March 2021, May revealed in Women's Health that she got pregnant via IVF about a month before the wedding, but miscarried shortly after. She quickly became pregnant again and happily shared the news with the world. But with their marriage coming to an abrupt end, fans are convinced that the difficult May is to blame for her marriage failure during the time when the makeup artist made rude remarks regarding having black guys on the side. Mai was married to her now ex-husband Freddie Hardis, whom she divorced in 2017. What I'm saying is, I really do think black men are attractive. When I think about men, I like dark men. I used to date black men. I think they're attractive, but when I decided to stick to because it just kept me happiest was my man Freddie, who just happens to be white after going exclusive Jeezy later, revealed that May initiated the conversation about her remarks that almost broke the internet. I'ma tell you how real she is before we even started dating. We had that conversation when we really talked. She sat me down. She said, "Look, Istin, it was something that I said, and it might have gotten taken out of context. I want you to listen to it in its entirety," and I did. I think you guys do journalism, people can take what they want. I know her people, I know her family. I ain't never felt no sense of racism, just continued saying he has. A good judge of character and wouldn't be with her if it jeopardized his integrity. She comes from the Bay, she knows a 40 better than me. So I just think sometimes people look for things in people, but at the same time, I'm a good judge of character. I'm not going to do nothing that's going to jeopardize my integrity. She's so solid. That's one of the first conversations we had. I was like, you different, but 2 years later, the marriage is up in smoke. One significant factor contributing to the breakdown of their marriage appears to be their vastly different lifestyles. May resides in Los Angeles, where she's deeply immersed in the Hollywood scene. On the other hand, Jeezy, known for his low-key nature, resides in Atlanta, focusing primarily on his business ventures and occasional tours. This geographical separation led to them living two distinct lives, running in different social circles and having diverse sets of friends and cultural backgrounds. Some fans had insinuated that both Jeezy and Mai seemed to have entered the marriage with motives beyond pure love and commitment. According to them, Jeezy may have been attracted to the temporary publicity and the aesthetic appeal that Mai brought to his life. Our interracial relationship could have been a factor, and he might not have been fully prepared for the responsibilities of marriage. Ma, too, had her reasons. She found financial security, and Jeezy, especially after her tenure on The Real ended. Additionally, she saw in the rapper an opportunity to break into the world of urban entertainment, further boosting her career. Moreover, it's worth mentioning that the mother of one had expressed a preference for marrying outside of her race in the past, which she eventually fulfilled with her marriage to Jeezy. Another contributing factor to their separation could be their communication issues. May openly discussed her fiery temper during her time with Jeezy, citing that he challenged her to work on herself in ways her previous partner had not, while she attempted to change her behavior. It's unclear how successful these efforts were in the long run. Jeezy also has a history of relationship drama and legal issues, hinting at potential communication challenges between the couple. M's previous marriage to Freddie Hard, a non-famous individual, ended after 10 years. During this marriage, she made controversial comments about preferring white men, which caused a stir. Her subsequent marriage to Jeezy, a wealthy and famous black rapper, seemed to align more with her preferences and career ambitions. In the end, the divorce of the two Hollywood personalities is a complex and multifaceted story. It ended so fast, but one thing is clear. Something went very, very wrong. It appears that their different lifestyles, motives for entering the marriage, communication issues, and past experiences all played a part in their decision to part ways. While the details of their separation remain private, it serves as a reminder that the dynamics of celebrity relationships often involve more than meets the eye, revealing the complexities of love and fame in the spotlight. More and more fans have continued talking about the divorce, with one writing, Jeannie Mai admits to being emotionally abusive, challenging, disrespecting, and having a temper that she expected Jeezy to check and watch. How we will let this slide. Nearly all men believe they have to put up with this behavior. Jeezy walked away with his pride, with another simply saying May was annoying and problematic as hell when she was on The Real, so I'm really not surprised. So clearly, it's easy to see who fans think is the problem. How about you? Who do you think is to blame for the failed marriage, Jeezy or Ma? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.